Hey, it's Colin. We're tackling a little bit more of a serious topic here on Project Nerdy. If you haven't seen the first couple of videos the past week or so, we were kind of talking about how you deal with behaviors of stars or creators of content to then have stuff in their personal life that make you maybe not such a big fan. So this was probably coming up because of the issues surrounding Johnny Depp and he being a star of the upcoming Fantastic Beast movie. But of course, this has came up a lot the past, I guess, year or two with the rise of the Me Too movement and the various celebrities who have kind of been accused and in some cases, convicted of some horrible acts. So the question is, can you overlook this type of stuff, or does it really stop you from being able to enjoy their content, or even boycott? Should you boycott their content, stuff like that? And I look at it two different ways. One is their past content that before anything came to light, stuff that maybe was already some of your favorite stuff. For me, a real good example of this is Kevin Spacey, who's obviously been accused of some horrific stuff. Um, but he's been in some of my favorite movies of all time. I can just name a couple: Seven, The Usual Suspects. Those are movies I rewatch often. I probably rewatch both of those at least once a year, sometimes more. Um, and from that point of view, I don't think the stuff that Kevin Spacey has done now prevents me from going back and enjoying those movies, because I guess the best way to maybe phrase it is my feelings towards that movies developed and kind of crystallized before this stuff came to light. So it's almost kind of separate from Kevin Spacey. But stuff in the future, I think it's different, because if you see some sort of new content with a actor, actress that's been accused of some stuff, or maybe a book written by an author has been accused of stuff, or maybe the movie's directed by somebody that's been accused of some stuff, or produced by somebody that's been accused of some stuff. Um, it is different. I think it's very hard to balance that. Um, I'm not sure, for example, as everybody on the show knows, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. How I would feel if, let's just say, Episode 9 was coming up and one of the major stars in the movie is accused of something um, a few months before the movie comes out, how I would feel about that. Or even, even probably even a better example, say the person has been accused and then isn't cast in the movie after the accusation's already come public, and then like the producers and director obviously already knew about this, and they still decided to go ahead with this person being in the movie. It's a hard thing to make a judgment. I think really it's something you really can't just know how you're going to decide until it actually happens to something in your fandom. For me, I might be I probably am the biggest, I guess, sports fan on the channel. I'm a diehard sports fan. I know some other ones do like sports, but I'm probably the most sports obsessed. And sadly, this is something that comes up a lot in sports, that there's individuals on your favorite teams, be it coaches or players, who are either accused or convicted of some horrific stuff. Luckily, for a lot of the teams that I'm really passionate about, I haven't had anything too bad lately. Probably the worst in my life of a team I'm a fan of having somebody on the team doing something horrific is with the Atlanta Falcons and Michael Vick, who is their quarterback, and during the offseason was accused and then convicted of basically organizing a dogfighting ring and basically horrific acts of animal cruelty. Um, but I was never faced with the choice of saying, like, all right, am I still going to support the Atlanta Falcons because Michael Vick's still on the team? Because basically he was very quickly kicked off the team, convicted, and sent to jail. So I was never faced with that choice. Um, but I will say there has been a few times in the off season where there's been a free agent who in the past has been accused of something or maybe even convicted, that one of the teams, he's rumored as a potential free agent. He might sign with the team, And every time that comes up, I always think, what am I going to do? And it's a really hard choice. I think most cases for a lot of sports fans, what they decide to do is they'll still root for the team, um, but they won't root for that specific player, and it might impact how much money they do decide to give to that team while that player is on the roster. So I do know some friends who will have, done something like, maybe they'll still watch the games on TV, but they'll no longer go to games. They won't buy tickets or any team merchandise while the person they really personally object to is still on the roster. So like I said, it's a really hard decision to make. I don't think there's really a cut and dry answer that can be universally applied to everybody. And every case is obviously different because some cases you're dealing with somebody who's just been accused of something. Other times, like Michael Vick, for example, you're dealing with somebody who's been convicted. So, how do you balance the stuff between somebody who's just been accused and it's not obviously been 100% proven, um, versus the ones who have been convicted of, what they've been accused of. So, like I said, I don't really have probably, one answer that I can give that kind of universally applies to everything. I do think it's a kind of case by case example, or case by case situation that you have to really kind of come to a personal decision. So that's where I want to lay in with this topic. I hope you've been enjoying us. Delving into this more serious topic. I'd like to thank Kat. She actually suggested this. We do this topic way at the beginning of the year when we did our live show, and hopefully we'll be able to do some more serious issues in the future. Maybe not all quite as depressing, because obviously this is not a fun topic to talk about, but I think it is something worthwhile to talk about because obviously it's been a big part of pop culture the past couple years, especially. So anyway, hope everything else is going good for everybody. Holiday season's getting ready to get started here in the U.S. I guess by the next time I see you, Thanksgiving will have already taken place. So if you live in America, have a great Thanksgiving. Hope the start of the Christmas shopping season goes great for you. Get some good Black Friday and Small Business Saturday deals and stuff like that, Cyber Monday and all that sort of good stuff. But anyway, hope everything's going great for you. Stay nerdy, and I'll see you the next time.